There is a company that just got valued at $380 billion, and the average person has barely even heard of it. And that company is Anthropic, the makers of Claude AI. And in 2026, Claude is doing $14 billion in annualized revenue. That is the fastest revenue ramp of any company in modern tech history, and there's a reason for that. I have been telling my friends left and right for the longest time now that Claude is the absolute best at certain skills that are incredibly valuable on the job market. And recently it's even gotten better, and there are tons of people that are making massive amounts of money with Claude, like a 47-year-old guy from Japan who literally made $13,000 last month using Claude. And he did it with a $20 a month subscription. Now, I won't say how he made it, but let's just say it involves Claude and a fake influencer. You can Google it. Or me. I literally used Claude to plan an entire month-long family vacation to Thailand for my whole family. It's the first time we'd been together in over half a decade, and the travel agency quoted us $60,000 to set it up. But Claude did it for free, and in some ways it did a better job than the luxury travel agency. And my family and I had a phenomenal vacation. And that made me realize the true power of Claude, and the rest is history. So today I'm going to be walking you through the 10 best Claude AI side hustles that can actually pay a full-time income in 2026. Now, these are not theoretical. These aren't make $5 a day side hustle videos that you'll see in sleazy TikTok videos. Every single one of these is something that real people are making real money with right now. And this is coming from someone who runs a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. I've personally made over $10 million from YouTube, and I've helped my clients generate over $100 million in results. And they've done it with YouTube and all kinds of different business models promoted on YouTube, and many of them I'm gonna mention in this video. And Claude just made these 10 times easier. So if you appreciate me making this type of content and you wanna see more of it in the future, then let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's dive into it right now. All right, so side hustle number 1, we're gonna start with the AI travel agency. So the story is honestly kind of insane. A few months ago, my whole family, my parents, my siblings, my brother Zach, everybody, we decided that we were going to do a big family trip. We hadn't all been in the same place in over 6 years. So this was a big deal. And initially, we looked into hiring a travel agency to put together the itinerary. It was in Thailand. It was going to be a month long, multiple cities, the works. And they came back with a quote of $60,000. Now look, I do well for myself, but $60,000 just to plan a vacation out? That's not a vacation. That is a freaking down payment on a house, and I am just not gonna pay that. So here's what we did. We took the same trip framework, the same dates, the same group, same vibe, and we threw the whole thing into Claude. And we asked it to build us a month-long Thailand itinerary. Best neighborhoods, the best restaurants, hidden gems, day-by-day breakdowns, etc., the whole thing. And here's the wild part. Claude did better in many ways than the travel agency did. More personalized, more specific, better restaurant picks, better daily flow. The only thing that Claude couldn't do was call the hotels and book everything for us. So we had to spend a little bit of time actually making the bookings. So we spent a few hours doing that, and we saved 60 grand. Now think about this for a second. The travel concierge industry charges people anywhere from a few thousand to tens of thousands of dollars for a custom itinerary. And most travelers cannot afford a $60,000 quote, but they would absolutely pay $500 or $1,000 for the same level of service. And with Claude, you can build that for them in under an hour. So this isn't theory. There's a 2026 startup called BizTrip AI that just landed on FocusWire's Hot 25 travel startup list. And they do basically the same thing for corporate travel. And they raised real money, and they're growing fast. And the opportunity is sitting right there. Now, let's talk about how to use Claude for this. And I'm literally gonna show you in real time later in the video. But the short version is open Claude, create a new project, paste in custom instructions like you are an expert travel planner with 20 years of experience designing custom itineraries, etc., etc. I'll have it pop up on the screen. Then give them all the information for the trip, and you're done. You are now operating a 6-figure travel concierge agency from your laptop. And you can charge about 1/10 the price of these luxury travel agencies. All right, side hustle number 2 is the dating profile writer. Okay, so this is one that I had to include because it's one of those side hustles that sounds completely stupid the first time you hear it, and then you look at the numbers and your jaw drops. Did you know that there are people who have multi-million-dollar businesses literally just writing dating profiles for other people? I'm not making this up. There's a guy named Joshua Pompey who has been doing this since 2009, and his company has personally overseen the creation of more than 20,000 dating profiles. And he has been featured on Good Morning America, CNBC, AARP, and the Huffington Post. And people pay him anywhere between $100 and $500 per profile. And here's the thing about Joshua. He built that entire business before Claude AI existed. He had to hire writers, train them for 6 months, have them all hold master's degrees in English. I'm not joking, that is a real requirement on his site. Now think what a single person with Claude can do today. You're one person, you don't need a 6-month training program. You don't need a master's degree. You just need Claude and a questionnaire that you send to clients. The client fills out the questionnaire, hobbies, profession, what they're looking for, sense of humor, deal breakers, etc., and Claude writes them an absolutely killer dating profile in like 15 minutes. You can charge $200 per profile, 5 profiles a day, 3 days a week. That's $3,000 a week or $12,000 a month, working part-time on dating profiles. You might be thinking, Shane, are people really gonna pay $200 to have someone write a Hinge profile for them? Yes, they are. They have been since 2009, and the market has validated this for 15 years. And the only thing that changed is AI made the labor cost basically zero. So the prompt is dead simple. You are a dating profile expert. Given the client's hobbies, profession, personality, and what they're looking for, write a 150-word Hinge or Bumble or Tinder profile with 3 prompt answers, etc. I'll have it pop up on the screen. You can copy and paste it and put it into Claude. Now, of course, there's more to it than this, but this can get you started. Side hustle number 3, YouTube script writing and creative direction. Now, number 3 is the one that I have, let's just say, a little bit of experience with. So YouTube script writing for other creators is one of the most slept on side hustles in the entire AI space. And here's the deal. Every creator on YouTube hates writing scripts, every single one of them. Even creators with 5 million subscribers, they don't want to sit there and write 3,000 words of dialogue every week. But they also hate having crappy scripts, so a lot of them do it. And businesses will pay heavily to fix this problem. And a solid YouTube scriptwriter charges anywhere between $500 to $2,000 per script. Top tier scriptwriters on retainer pull $5,000 to $15,000 a month per channel. And here's what nobody's telling you. Now, Claude is genuinely the best AI in the world for long form script writing. And really anything that's artistic in terms of writing in general, Claude is just the best. Better than ChatGPT, better than Gemini, and it's not even close. And the 200,000 token context window means you can load entire frameworks, reference scripts, channel style guides, and brand voice samples all in one project. And Claude will write that in the exact voice that you put in there every single time. And I literally use this exact workflow for my channel, right? We give Claude reference material, a style guide, and a brief, and it kicks out a script that sounds exactly like me, not like AI. How do you actually do this? Well, there's 2 options. Option 1, this is the easiest. Go to Claude Skills Marketplace. Yes, those do exist. There are now over 1 million community Claude skills available online across sites like Agency, Kiss My Skills, and Skills MP. And these are pre-built AI specialists that you can drop into Claude. Then search YouTube scriptwriter and you'll find dozens of pre-built script writing skills that you can install in about 2 minutes. Option 2, you can build your own. Create a new Claude project, upload 3 or 4 scripts from the creator that you want to write it for, or scripts in the style they want, then paste in a custom instruction like you write YouTube scripts in the style of the uploaded references. Your scripts are 8 to 10 minutes long with a strong hook in the first 15 seconds and a rehook every 90 seconds, etc. Paste this one in. Then you tweak it a little bit and you now have a custom AI scriptwriter trained specifically on that creator's voice. And that is the kind of thing that creators will pay $2,000 a month for. Side hustle number 4, the faceless YouTube channel operator. Now, this is where things get really juicy. Faceless YouTube channels are channels where you never show your face and you never appear on camera. And some of these channels are pulling in absolutely staggering amounts of money. Let me give you the headline numbers, and these are not made up. The infographics show pulls in between $100,000 and $300,000 a month. A creator called Fern is doing over $80,000 a month from one faceless channel. And my client Wiz got to a 7-figure business with a faceless channel. And these are real businesses, built without showing a single human face on camera. And here's the alpha that almost no one is talking about. In early 2026, YouTube did a massive purge. Countless faceless AI channels got their monetization suspended, and some people had all of their channels deactivated. Not just one channel, but their entire portfolio gone overnight. And this is because YouTube's AI detection systems can now identify mass-produced, low-effort, soulless AI content. So YouTube was very clear about this. They said faceless channels are not banned, but low-effort AI slop content is banned. So most of your competition just got wiped off the map. And I'm happy to report that none of these creators that we work with, not even a single one, have had their channels deactivated. And the reasons for that is because we use what's called the hybrid personal brand method. It's a way of using AI to create content that feels like there's a real human being on the other side, whether you show your face or not. It doesn't feel like crappy AI-made, stitched together, repetitive, zero-value AI slop. It feels like a real channel because there is a real human being directing. AI is just the assistant. So if you want to learn exactly how to do this, and if you want to pick the right niche, I'm actually running something tonight that's gonna break this down step by step. Hey, quick break. I'm gonna be doing a live training this week on how to start a YouTube channel step by step for beginners. This is going to be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. So just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. This is going to be available both for ChatGPT as well as Claude, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me, and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you in there. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below, put it in your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well, and you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. All right, the next side hustle is sales funnel and VSL copywriting. Now, number 5 is for anyone who has ever read a sales page and thought, man, words are powerful. Sales funnel and VSL copywriting, and by the way, VSL means video sales letter, is one of the highest paid writing professions on planet Earth. And the market is absolutely exploding for this right now. Why? Because paid ads are getting absolutely destroyed. LinkedIn CPMs alone are up 35 to 40% year over year since 2023. Same trend on Facebook. Same trend on YouTube. Businesses are getting squeezed. Their cost per click is going up, their margins are going down. So what are they doing? They're pouring money into long form sales pages and video sales letters to convert the traffic they already have better. So top tier copywriters like Steph and Georgie charge $25,000 per VSL plus royalties. Mid tier copywriters charge $5,000 to $15,000 per funnel. I've paid well over $10,000 for a single funnel. And so this is very common to pay this amount. And one funnel a month is a full-time income. And here's where Claude completely dominates. Long form persuasion is Claude's home turf. The $200,000 token window context means that you can load entire frameworks like PASS, ADA, the Steph and Georgie RMBC method, plus competitor sales page, plus the brand voice guide all in one project. You just tell Claude, write a 4,500 word direct response sales page for this offer, use the PAS framework, et cetera, et cetera. You can copy this and post it in there. And of course, you're gonna wanna do an editing pass yourself. You're also gonna wanna do actual research on what the client demographic is and put that into there as well, right? Because Claude isn't gonna one-shot a Steph and Georgie tier sales page, but the time saved is insane. And what used to take a copywriter 2 weeks now takes 2 days. And that's for a top tier sales page. For a good sales page, what used to take a good copywriter 2 days or more, you can now do in a few hours. You can charge $5,000, you can deliver it in 48 hours, and the client thinks you're a wizard. All right, next side hustle is LinkedIn ghostwriting for executives. Now, this might be one of the biggest sleeper opportunities on this entire video. Did you know that there is a guy named Nicholas Cole who has personally made over $3.75 million in the last 5 years just from ghostwriting? He started with 0 clients, no connections, no experience, and now he is one of the highest paid ghostwriters in the world. And the thing is, Nicholas isn't even an outlier anymore, right? There are top LinkedIn ghostwriters charging $500 to $700 per hour for their time. That is attorney money for writing LinkedIn posts. Crackle PR is a real agency that charges $5,000 to $10,000 a month per company for LinkedIn ghostwriting, per company, right? So why is this market so hot? Well, 3 reasons. 1, LinkedIn now has over 1 billion members. It is the largest B2B platform in the world. 2, founders and executives finally figured out that personal LinkedIn accounts get 5 to 10 times more engagement than company pages, and personal brand beats corporate brand every single time. 3, and this is the big one, LinkedIn's algorithm in 2026 actively suppresses content that pattern matches to AI generated text. And what that means is if you just dump a ChatGPT post in LinkedIn Raw, the algorithm buries it. So your engagement drops to 0, your reach craters, so executives are stuck. They need content and AI alone doesn't work, but they have no time to write themselves, which means they have to hire a human, one who can use Claude to draft and then layer in human voice, human story, and human edge. And that's you. What you typically do here is you'll interview them maybe 1 hour per month or as much as 1 hour per week. And then you'll use Claude to write this. And then of course you'll edit it as a human being as well. So the real proof here is a DTC brand founder doing 40 million in revenue closed a $1.2 million co-manufacturing partnership in his first year using a LinkedIn ghostwriter. One partnership, 1.2 million in revenue from LinkedIn posts. Now, how do you actually do this with Claude? Well, it's the same playbook as the YouTube scriptwriter. New Claude project per client, upload 20 to 30 of their past LinkedIn posts as project knowledge, upload other project knowledge, for instance, if they have a book or a newsletter or other really high quality written stuff, then give it custom instructions. You write LinkedIn posts in the client's voice, study the uploaded post for tone, sentence rhythm, common phrases and topics, and et cetera, et cetera. You can paste this and put it in there, and you can pull $2,000 to $5,000 a month per client. 3 clients is a real living. 5 clients is rich. Side hustle number 7 is AI children's books on Amazon KDP. Now, if passive income is your thing, this next one is for you. AI children's books on Amazon KDP, or also known as Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, this one is personal because I have a client named Sean, who I helped become literally the #1 creator in the entire KDP niche on YouTube. And we helped him do over $500,000 in a single month at his peak. And we have all the proof, screenshots, back-end data, even did a whole interview with him, right? Now, Sean is teaching other people how to do this exact thing, and the playbook is wild. The basic premise is this: children's picture books are short, evergreen, and in high demand. You write a book once, and Amazon prints it on demand. You collect royalties forever, and there is no inventory, there is no shipping. There is just a 24-page book about a friendly dragon and 30,000 parents a year who want to buy it for their kid. Now, here's the real data. There's a creator named Liberty Fox whose one book, a dot-to-dot puzzle book for ages 6 to 8, earns about $7,670 in revenue and $2,390 in pure profit every single month from one book. Then there's the famous Amar Reshi story. He made a children's book called Alice and Sparkle in 72 hours using AI back when AI tools were dramatically worse than Claude is today. It went viral. He kicked off the entire AI children's book movement. Now, Amazon noticed the flood of low-effort AI books last year, and they limited authors to 3 book submissions per day. Most people see this as a negative. I see it as a positive. Why? Because it wiped out the spammers. The people who are uploading 50 garbage books a day are gone. And the opportunity now belongs to people who do this right, actually write good books, who pick smart niches, who actually edit the AI output. So you want to open Claude here. You want to create a project called KDP Children's Book, and then paste this in. You write children's picture books for ages 3 to 7. Each book is 24 pages, 1 to 2 sentences per page, and here's the rest of it. Paste that in there. You can screenshot it if you want, and then you can pair Claude with Midjourney or Ideogram for illustrations. You can also use Nano Banana for this, it's pretty good. And then you format it in Canva and you upload it to KDP and put it on repeat. All right, side hustle number 8 is course creation as a service. So number 8 is the one I think that's going to blow up the biggest in the next 12 months. And it's specifically perfect if you want a high ticket B2B business, right? So course creation as a service for coaches, consultants, doctors, lawyers, and experts, etc. These people, coaches, consultants, doctors, lawyers, have genuine expertise, but they don't have the time, the tech skills, or the writing patience to actually turn that expertise into a course or a program. I would know it took me over 9 months to create my program, Content Growth Engine, but they will gladly pay $10,000 to even $50,000 to a service provider who can do it for them. And here's the trend that nobody is talking about. Now, the old model of selling a static $2,000 course is dying. What's replacing it is paid challenges, paid groups, and of course, coaches who use the course, but they actually offer coaching on top of that. And a lot of people are running, for instance, $69 a month paid memberships that include, get this, a custom Claude Power AI agent that members can ask questions to 24/7. And the AI agent is the coach's brain on tap. So top coaches are running these models and pulling $50,000 to $200,000 a month in recurring revenue. $50,000 to $200,000 per month recurring. So you can be the person who builds this for them. You charge $25,000 to $50,000 to package the entire system, custom Claude skill that mirrors the coach's voice and methodology, module structure, email sequences, sales page, onboarding flow, member challenges. You build it and they run it. You get paid, and you only need to land one of these per quarter to make $250,000 a year. And the wild thing is, the actual labor inside the project, the writing of the modules, the script for the videos, the email sequences, etc., Claude does most of it. You are really just the creative director who knows how to extract the coach's brain and translate it into a system. Side hustle number 9 is a B2B newsletter writing service, right? So if you want the kind of side hustle that pays you every single month without any new clients needed, like clockwork, newsletter writing is your move. So the B2B newsletter market is on absolute fire right now. Substack creators, Beehive creators, and even corporate newsletters, right? They're all hungry for good writers. And Lenny's newsletter started as one person and is now reportedly doing 7 figures a year. Morning Brew was started by one person and sold to Business Insider for $75 million. The Hustle, same exact story. And on the B2B side, every coach, every agency, every SaaS company knows that they need a weekly newsletter. It's the single highest ROI marketing channel that still works in 2026. But here's the thing about newsletters. It is brutal. You have to write one every week, forever. Most business owners last about 3 weeks before they quit and outsource it. And that's where you come in. You can charge $1,500 to $5,000 a month per client. You basically interview the client about once a week or once a month. You write 4 newsletters a month for them, and Claude does the heavy lifting on research, drafting, and structure. You do the editing pass and the personality injection, and each newsletter takes you maybe 2 to 3 hours total. 3 clients, 10 hours of work a week, 6 figures a year recurring. And the best part is these clients almost never leave. Once a newsletter is established, the business owner is terrified to stop it. So your retainer just keeps going month after month, year after year. The next side hustle is a resume and LinkedIn optimization service. Now, by the way, this is a boring one that nobody wants to talk about, but the numbers are insane. Resume and LinkedIn profile optimization, and really just career coaching in general, is one of the most lucrative niches I have ever seen. I cannot tell you how many of my clients and my students have done this niche and made an absurd amount of money. Just as an example, I have a client named Davis who started his entire management consulting business with this. He literally started by helping people fix their resumes. Then he turned it into a YouTube channel. Then he created a really good system for the resume and the whole, actually landing the management consulting job side of the business. And most of it just runs on autopilot for him. Now, here's why this works. The job market in 2026 is rough. Tech layoffs, AI displacement, recession noise. Millions of people need help with their resumes right now. And most of them have no idea how to write one that gets past the AI screeners that companies are now using to filter applicants. So you can charge $200 to $500 per resume or $300 to $600 for a full LinkedIn profile rewrite. Then you bundle them together for $700. You do 10 of these per week. That is $7,000 a week or $28,000 a month, doing nothing but writing resumes and optimizing LinkedIn profiles. And this is something that you can quickly learn, and you can quickly program into Claude skills how to do it correctly. And Claude can take the client's old resume, the job description that they want to apply for, and a brief about their experience, and spit out a tailored ATS optimized resume that beats 95% of applicants in the queue in about 20 minutes. And it is the most boring business on the list, but it's also probably the easiest one to start today. Literally any career that you have now or you had in the past, you can teach other people how to get into it. Okay, so that's the 10 side hustles, and any of them, any of them can make you a full-time income. And I know you're probably skeptical, right? But here's the thing about all of this. The opportunity window for Claude AI right now is similar to where the internet was in 1995 or where YouTube was in 2015. The people who started building back then look like geniuses today. But they weren't geniuses, they just showed up early. You are early on Claude. In fact, you are super early on Claude, but the window is closing fast. Do not be the person who watches this video and says, that's cool, and then never does anything with it. Be the person who picks one of these 10, opens Claude, and builds something this week. If you want to check out an interview I did with Davis on exactly how we helped optimize his channel and help him get to 7 figures with that business and fully automate it, then click this video right here.